Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss the method of dealing with the bill. So what we are supposed to do and what happens in this topic, let us understand with a simple example. So let's say we have Mr. A who sold goods to Mr. B. Mr. A sold the goods worth of 10,000 rupees on 1/1/2021. Yes or no? So as this is a transaction, as this is nothing but a transaction, so now let us record this transaction. Let us record this transaction. In the books of seller, in the books of buyer. Yes or no? As this is nothing but a transaction, we are supposed to record the journal entries. Let's understand here. Sir, what is the first transaction, sir? First transaction is nothing but your selling the goods. So upon selling the goods on credit basis, what is the journal entry in the books of seller, sir? The journal entry would be debtor account debit to sales account. Yes or no? How much was the amount, sir? The amount was 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees debit, 10,000 rupees credit. So upon purchasing the goods on credit basis, what is the journal entry in the books of buyer, sir? The journal entry would be purchases account debit to creditor account. Yes or no? So same 10,000 rupees debit, 10,000 rupees credit. So this is nothing but your transaction upon selling the goods worth of 10,000 rupees to Mr. B. Now let us continue. So after selling the goods on credit basis, the seller would be raising a bill. Yes or no? To protect himself from further arguments, so he would be raising a bill. Yes or no? So let's say he wants to raise a bill now. So Mr. A gave a credit period of, let us assume, 3 months for the payment. So your date would be 1/4/2021. So if we add January, February, March, April, so that is nothing but your 1/4/2001. So if we add the grace days are nothing but your 3 days, which is nothing but a gratuitous favor which is allowed to the debtor. So what is the due date now? The due date would be 4/4/2021. So on 4th of April 2021, Mr. A would approach Mr. B and Mr. B is supposed to pay 10,000 rupees of the amount which of the value which he received from Mr. A. Yes or no? So this is nothing but a bill. So now upon raising a bill, so he is raising a bill, yes or no, for 3 months. As he is raising the bill, so the next transaction would be raising the bill. As this is the transaction, we are supposed to record it in the books of accounts. Yes or no? The second transaction would be raising a bill. Who is raising the bill? Mr. A. Yes or no? Mr. A. So who is accepting the bill? Mr. B. So the person who raises the bill is called as the drawer of the bill. The person who accepts the bill is called the drawee of the bill. Yes or no? The bill a bill would be called as a bills receivable. A bill would be called as a bills receivable from the point of view of the drawer, because he is liable, so he is going to receive the money from that bill. Yes or no? A bill from the point of view of a drawee is called as a bills payable because he is liable to pay the amount on the bill. Yes or no? So from the point of view of B, it would be a bills payable. So bills receivable is nothing but an asset. Bills payable is nothing but a liability. Now, so upon raising the bill, the form of the asset would be changed. The form of the asset would be changed from debtor to bills receivable. Upon raising the bill, the form of the asset would be changed from your debtor to bills receivable. So the journal entry would be upon raising a bill is nothing but an asset, so you are debiting, and as the form is changed from debtor to bills receivable, so now you are cancelling your debtor. So what is the journal entry? Bills receivable account debit to debtor account. So how much was the amount? 10,000 rupees debit, 10,000 rupees credit. So the same bill from the point of view of drawee, upon accepting the bill, the form of the liability would be changed from your creditor to bills payable. So what is the journal entry now? The journal entry would be creditor account debit to bills payable account. So with this journal entry, you are cancelling your creditor. That means you are cancelling your creditor is nothing but you are changing the form of the liability. The amount would be same, 10,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. Was it okay? Now let us continue. So after raising the bill, who is holding the bill? Mr. A. Who is holding the bill? Mr. A. So as he is holding the bill, what options does he have regarding to that bill? That means what he can do with that bill as he is holding the bill. That is nothing but your methods of dealing with the bill. So what Mr. A can do with that bill, we are going to discuss now. Okay, so methods of dealing with the bill. So your first option would be holding the bill till due date. So what is the first option Mr. A is having? He can hold, so he is holding the bill till the due date. Sir, what is the due date, sir? 4/4/2021. So that means, so till 4/4/2021, he is holding the bill with him, and on 4/4/2021, Mr. A would be approaching to Mr. B, and Mr. B would be paying the amount. Yes or no? So what happens here when you are holding the bill till the due date? On the due date, the bill would be honored. Sir, what is the meaning of honored? That is nothing but whenever the amount is paid, that is nothing but you are honoring the payment. Holding till the due date. So now, whenever you are holding till the due date, what is the journal entry? So we are supposed to record the journal entries, yes or no? So as we are supposed to record the journal entries, what is the journal entry in the books of Mr. A? And what is the journal entry in the books of B? So that is what we are going to discuss now. So this topic is very easy if you concentrate. Okay, so let's continue. Your transaction in the books of drawer. or we can write it as a drawer. It would be a clear. In the books of drawer and in the books of Drawee. Let us continue. This is nothing but your debit rupees and credit rupees. Your debit rupees, credit rupees. In the books of drawer, in the books of Drawee. Now, methods. So as Mr. A is holding the bill, so what is the first method? So what is the first option is he having? So he can hold on to the bill till the due date. So that means, so till 4/4/2021, Mr. A is holding the bill, and on 4/4/2021, Mr. A approached Mr. B for the payment of this 10,000 rupees, and Mr. B paid the amount. Yes or no? So what is the first transaction or first option, sir? Holding the bill till due date. So as we are holding till the due date, upon presentment, so Mr. B would be paying the money. Yes or no? So what is the journal entry in the books of Mr. Drawer, and what is the journal entry in the books of Drawee? So who is paying the amount? Mr. B is paying the amount. Who is receiving the amount? Mr. A is receiving the amount. Yes or no? So Mr. A is receiving 10,000 rupees out of the bill upon presentment of the bill. So Mr. B is paying 10,000 rupees for the purpose of bills payable amount. Yes or no? So what is the journal entry here, sir? So as you are receiving cash, what is the journal entry? The journal entry would be cash account debit, because Mr. B would be paying the amount as you are holding till the due date and the bill was honored. Cash account debit to, as you are receiving the cash out of that bills receivable, means that bills receivable wouldn't be wouldn't be an asset anymore. So we need to cancel that asset. Yes or no? So to bills receivable account. So how much was the bill, sir? 10,000 worth of bill. So you are going to receive 10,000 rupees and you are going to cancel your 10,000 worth of bills receivable, your asset. Next, continue. So upon payment of 10,000 rupees to Mr. A, what is the journal entry in the books of Drawee? Mr. B. What is the journal entry, sir? The journal entry would be bills payable account debit. You need to cancel this liability. You need to cancel this liability because it is no more a liability. So to cancel a liability, it should be debited. Bills payable account debit to cash account. You are paying the cash. Yes or no? So as cash is going out, you are crediting. So how much was the bill, sir? 10,000 rupees. And how much you are paying, sir? You are paying 10,000 rupees. So this is your first option. Next, B, method of dealing with the bill. So next option. So Mr. A is holding the bill, and the second method would be discounting with bank. So what is the discounting with bank? Let's understand here. So now, who is holding the bill? Mr. A is holding the bill. So on this bill, on which date he is going to receive the amount? On 4/4/2021. So that means after 3 months he is going to receive 10,000 rupees on this bill. Yes or no? Now let us understand here. Let's say Mr. A is in need of 9,000 rupees on 1 to 2021. Let's say Mr. A is in need of 9,000 rupees on 1st February 2021 for some expenses. Let us assume that Mr. A is in need of 9,000 rupees on 1st February 2021. So he approached his cashier and asked 9,000 rupees, and the cashier said that, sir, we don't have any amount in our business now. So we don't have any paisa. So we don't even have a paisa now. So as Mr. A is in urgent need of 9,000 rupees, the cashier said that, sir, even though we are not having this 9,000 rupees, we have a bill worth of 10,000 rupees which is supposed to be received after 3 months. So Mr. Cashier said that, sir, if we discount this bill with the banker, so we can receive some amount after deducting the discount charges. So let us assume, what does it mean? What is the meaning of discounting, sir? Discounting is a device to convert the bill. Discounting is a device to convert the bill into cash. So as you are supposed to receive the payment in future out of that bill, today you are going to discount that bill for the purpose of cash with the banker. So this is nothing but Mr. A is selling the bill. Mr. A is selling the bill to the banker. This is nothing but selling the bill. So discounting is nothing but a device to convert the bill into cash, where the person would be transferring, where the person or the drawer would be selling the bill to the banker. So in this case, Mr. A approached SBI and said that, sir, I am in need of 9,000 rupees. I am in need of money and I am having a bill. He showed this bill. So the banker said that as the amount on this bill would be received in the future, how can I pay the amount now? So in that case, Mr. A said that, sir, please give me some amount after discounting it. Please give me some money after discounting it. So in that case, Mr. SBI said that the bill was 10,000 rupees. Okay, as the amount on this bill would be received after 2 months or in the future, I would be charging you a discounting charges of 5,000 rupees because I am paying you right now. So Mr. Banker said that the discounting charges would be 500 rupees. So how much amount Mr. A would be receiving upon discounting the bill with the banker, sir? How much is he going to receive, sir? The amount would be 9,500 rupees. Okay. So the discounting is nothing but discounting is a device to convert the bill into cash, where this is nothing but selling the bill to the banker. The banker would be charging some discounting charges for the purpose of discounting. Yes or no? As he is paying the amount right now, he would be charging some discount. Okay. Now let's come into practicality. In practical, the banker would be paying or would be giving the money to the persons. The SBI would be giving the amount or would be allowed to discount the bill to the persons who is having the account in their business, in their bank. If Mr. A is having an account in SBI only, the SBI can discount it. That means the banker wouldn't be giving any cash to the customer. Instead of paying the cash, they would be increasing his account. They would be crediting his account. So the amount which they would be paying to the customer's account. So that means they would be increasing the bank balance. That's it. They are not going to give you any cash in practicality. Was it okay? Now let's continue. So your next option would be discounting the bill with the banker. So upon discounting the bill with the banker, how much would the bank, so instead of cash, it would be bank, yes or no? So how much you are going to receive, sir? You are going to receive 9,500 rupees. Mr. A is going to receive 9,500 rupees, and this 500 rupees, it would be an expense to Mr. A, and it would be an income to the SBI. This 500 rupees of discounting charges would be an expense to Mr. A and an income to SBI. Yes or no? So now, what is the journal entry in the books of Drawee? Upon discounting the bill with the banker, sir. So instead of receiving cash, the banker would be raising your bill bank account, yes or no? So what is the journal entry? So in general it would be cash, but in this special case, instead of receiving the cash, they would be increasing your bank balance, yes or no? Now, so bank account debit. How much you are going to receive, sir? You are going to receive only 9,500. How much the banker is going to pay you? 9,500. This 500 rupees is nothing but an expense to Mr. A, income to the banker. So as it is an expense to the drawer, all expenses need to be debited. So what is the journal entry? Discount on bills receivable account debit. Bank account debit 9,500, discount on bills receivable account debit 500 rupees to bills receivable account. How much was the bill, sir? The bill was for 10,000 rupees. Yes or no? The bill was 10,000 rupees. Now, so what is the journal entry in the books of Drawee? Upon discounting the bill with the banker by Mr. Drawee? What is the journal entry, sir? As the bill was discounted with the banker before the due date itself, so as nothing was affected in the books of B, as nothing was affected in the books of B, because Mr. A is discounting with the banker, it doesn't concern Mr. B. Nothing was affected, yes or no? He is only supposed to pay the amount on which date? Due date. So till due date, whatever happens with this bill, it doesn't affect Mr. B, because he is only liable to pay the amount on the bill on the due date. So what is the journal entry in the books of Drawee upon discounting the bill with the banker by Mr. Drawee? What is the journal entry? The journal entry, you're famous. What is the journal entry? No entry, because nothing would be affected in the books of Drawee. Next one. So before that, so as you're discounting the bill with the banker, so we need to record the journal entry in the books of the banker also, yes or no? Let us record the journal entry in the books of bank. Now, so upon discounting the bill, so the banker is receiving the bill, yes or no? The banker is receiving the bill worth of 10,000 rupees. And this discounting charges of 500, which is nothing but an income, and he is paying, or he is increasing the customer account to the extent of 9,500. Yes or no? So upon discounting, he is receiving the bill worth of 10,000 rupees, and he is having a discount in the form of a discount which is nothing but an income, and he is raising the customer account to the extent of 9,500. So what is the journal entry, sir? So as he is receiving the bill is nothing but the asset to the business. Yes or no? So the bill, what is the journal entry? Instead of recording it as a bills receivable, it would be specially recorded with a name called, which is a name, discounted bills. Discounted bills account debit. How much was the bill, sir? The bill value would be 10,000 rupees to customer. So you are raising the customer's account, yes or no? So as you are raising the customer's account, so instead of paying the cash to the customer, you are increasing the customer's balance, bank balance. So what is the journal entry? The journal entry would be discounted bills account debit to customer account. How much you are increasing? To the extent of 9,500 only. The remaining 500 rupees are nothing but the discount, which is nothing but an income to the bank. So all incomes should be credited. That is the reason I have credited here. Was it okay? Next, continue. The next method or the next option which Mr. A is having is nothing but endorsement. Sir, what is the meaning of endorsement? So with a simple example, we can understand the concept of endorsement. Sir, what is the meaning of endorsement? Endorsement is the word which is written on the back of the bill. Endorsement are the words which are recorded on the back of the bill for the purpose of endorsement. Okay, let us understand what is it. Let's say Mr. A purchased goods. Mr. A purchased goods worth of 10,000 rupees. Mr. A purchased goods worth of 10,000 rupees from Mr. X. So in this case, as Mr. A is supposed to pay 10,000 rupees to Mr. X, instead of paying the cash, Mr. A is he is transferring the bill which he is holding with him. So that is nothing but, as Mr. A is having the bill worth of 10,000 rupees which was accepted by Mr. B, the same bill would be transferred to Mr. X. That is nothing but you are transferring or you are giving away your rights to Mr. X. So in that case, so Mr. X would be receiving the bill. Yes or no? As Mr. A is supposed to pay 10,000 rupees to Mr. X for the purpose of purchasing the goods, instead of paying the cash, as Mr. A is holding a bill worth of same 10,000 rupees which is accepted by Mr. B, he is transferring the rights to receive the money on that bill to Mr. X. So this process is called endorsement. So in case of endorsement, there are two parties. One is your endorser and the other one is nothing but your endorsee. Sir, who is an endorser, sir? The person who endorses the right. The person who endorses the right is called as the endorser. To the person to whom the right was endorsed is called your endorsee. So in our case, the endorser is nothing but Mr. A. So in our case, the endorsee would be Mr. X. Yes or no? So to Mr. Endorser, so to Mr. Endorsee, so he is receiving the bill. Yes or no? So as Mr. Endorsee is receiving the bill, you are supposed to record the transactions in the books of Drawee. Yes or no? Now, so upon endorsement, what is the meaning of endorsement? Endorsement is nothing but you are transferring the right to receive the money on the bill to other party. Yes or no? Now, what is the journal entry? What is the journal entry? What is the journal entry in the books of Drawee upon endorsement of bill? Sir, what is the meaning of endorsement? Endorsement is nothing but transferring the right to receive the money. Who is endorsing? Mr. A is transferring the bill to Mr. X. So who is having the bill now? Mr. X is holding the bill. Mr. X is receiving the bill. Mr. X is receiving the bill. So what is the journal entry in the books of upon endorsement? What is the journal entry in the books of Drawee or endorser? He can be called as an endorser also in this case. So what is the journal entry? As Mr. X is receiving, or as Mr. Endorsee is receiving, debit the receiver. What is the journal entry? The journal entry would be Endorsee account debit, because he is receiving the bill. Debit the receiver. 2. What you are transferring? What you are giving away? The bill. So what is the journal entry? Endorsee account debit to bills receivable accounts. How much was the amount, sir? The amount would be 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees. Okay, let's continue. So upon endorsement or upon transferring the bill to Mr. X, what is the journal entry in the books of B? Upon endorsement of B, upon endorsement of bill by Mr. A to Mr. X, what is the journal entry in the books of B, sir? There would be no entry, because B is only liable to pay the amount on the bill on due date. So till then, whatever happens to this bill, he is not bothered. Nothing would be affected in the books of Mr. B. Yes or no? Continue. And your last option would be bills sent for collection. So what is the meaning of bills sent for collection? So let us understand this concept with a simple example. Let's take an example and understand the concept of bills sent for collection. So in our example, in a earlier example, we are having Mr. B where we sold some goods to Mr. B. Yes or no? But in case of large organizations, they would be selling to the different parties where there would be a different due dates to be received. P, yes or no? Let's say they sold some goods to Mr. P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3, 4 and all. In case of large organizations, there would be a large number of credit transactions, and as there is a large number of credit transactions, they would be raising the different bills on different persons on so which are payable on different due dates. Yes or no? So in that case, as it would be impossible to Mr. Drawee to submit the bills to the different parties on different dates, the Drawee would be transferring these bills. These bills would be given to Mr. Bankers, would be given to the bankers for the purpose of collection. these bills would be sent to the banker. These bills would be sent to the banker for the purpose of collection only, where the banker would be acting as an agent who works for the commission. That's it. So in case of discounting the bill, we are giving the right, yes or no, we are selling the right. But in case of bill sent for collection, we are sending the bills to the banker only for collection. We are not giving the right to receive the money to them. We are only sending the bills for the purpose of collection, because he is acting as an agent where he would be collecting some commission for this procedure. Yes or no? He is only acting as an agent. We are not selling the goods. We are not selling the bills. So these bills are the assets of Mr. A only, not the banker. In that case, these bills, as they are supposed to be received on different dates, those bills would be transferred to a temporary account called as bills sent for collection account. So those different bills would be sent or would be recorded under a temporary account called as bills sent for collection account debit to bills receivable. Yes or no? So what is the journal entry? Bill sent for collection account debit to bills receivable 10,000. So what is the, so upon sending the bills for the purpose of collection to the banker by Mr. A or drawer, what is the journal entry in the books of Drawee, sir? There would be no entry, because Mr. B or Drawee in our case would be only liable to pay the amount on due date. So before that, whatever happens to the bill, nothing would be affected in the books of Mr. Drawee. Yes or no? Now